On today's episode of Hofstra Today, here are updates for December's commencement ceremony.
Hofstra Today's Amber Bianchi went to a local light festival.
And Michael Dent sits down with Kevin Dexter to learn more about Hofstra's new sports productions.
All that and more happening at and around Hofstra Today.
Well, we are at that time of the semester. Classes are rolling down. Finals are coming up. How's your finals looking?
You know what? I was just talking about this. I don't have a lot of final exams this year. I do have a lot of final projects. Those presentations are killing me. I've done so many of them in the last couple weeks. And it's different because it's a lot of physical work that goes into putting a presentation together and like mentally preparing yourself to stand in front of a classroom and speak about all of the work that you were doing for the last like week and a half. But I don't have a lot of tests, so I am kind of grateful.
That's good. And, you know, with that being said, we'll see. I'm sure they'll turn out fine, and, you know, it'll be a fun little break.
I'm sure. So, for the 6th time since 2016, Billboard magazine has named Hofstra's music business program as one of the best in the world. Billboard selects its top music business schools based on recommendations from industry professionals, alumni insights, and other data. The program has continued to grow since its founding in 2016 as it opened a musical instrument digital interface lab and a state-of-the-art recording studio. Additionally, enrollment from 2017 to 2023 increased by 300%.
Spread holiday joy with the Office of Commuting Student Services and Community Outreach on December 19th from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. in Student Center Room 221. Help drop off donated gifts to a local apartment complex.
The New York Dance Theater returns to the John Cranford Adams Playhouse for its 42nd season of The Nutcracker, with performances Saturday and Sunday, December 21st and 22nd at noon and 5 o'clock. Tickets are $25 for Hofstra students and staff.
Hofstra celebrated the holidays with its annual Hofstra Hall lighting. Students gathered outside to watch the building be lit, and they told us about their favorite holiday traditions.
I've never been to Hofstra's Hall lighting, but I'm excited to see it.
I think it's really cute. I think it's really nice, a nice change for the community before we all go back for winter break.
I think it's beautiful. It makes it a little bit warmer when we're out here in the cold like it is today. Getting to look at the lights, it uplifts your spirit.
We came last year, and I think it's just a good thing for the Hofstra community, everyone to get together for the holidays.
I love seeing decorated lights, especially like coming back from like late classes. It just like really gets me into the holiday spirit, and I just feel so at home.
Yeah, I love seeing Hofstra Hall and lights. It's like the cozy, warm lights.
I think it's great. I think it adds a lot of like flair to the campus. It looks really pretty at night.
My favorite holiday tradition, definitely Teamsgiving and our Secret Santa exchange. We all come together as a team, have fun, and it's just a great bonding experience for our whole cheer team.
I'm looking forward to having a break, not being in school, which is great, but also just spending time with my family, of course, gifts and food, and just being thankful for everyone around me.
Looking forward to spending time with friends and family and just celebrating everything.
On the 23rd, me and my family always make like tons of Christmas cookies, and then we like go and deliver them to like our close like friends and family, which is my favorite.
Spending time with family over break, I'm definitely looking forward to because I haven't seen them in a while, but just like bonding with the team because a lot of us are new, and it's just like there's so many new friendships being made this year, and the holidays really bring everyone closer together.
Going home to see family and getting lots of presents.
The lights are just like, it's so cozy, and to walk and like realize that Christmas is coming so soon and like the holiday spirits are up, and you just feel really happy about it.
Yeah, and definitely since I think because finals are coming up, so it becomes maybe a little stressful for all of us. So coming over to the Unispan ready to go to class and we see the nice lights, it's like more calming than it is stressful.
My favorite holiday tradition is lighting up Hofstra Hall, of course. I think it's a great celebration for our community.
It's nearly winter break, which means it's final exam season. Finals are occurring from December 14th to December 20th. To find your exam schedule, go to the Hofstra portal and find My Finals under the registration tab and select the fall 2024 semester. For any additional help, take advantage of the university services like the Center for Academic Excellence, the Writing Center, and undergraduate tutoring. Good luck, everyone.
Hofstra's mid-year commencement takes place on Friday, December 20th at 1 p.m. in the David S. Mack Sports Exhibition Complex, on Wednesday, December 11th, and Thursday, December 12th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Academic attire and ticket distribution will be available in the main gym of the David S. Mack Physical Education Center. Hofstra alumnus and Super Bowl winner Marcus Colston will deliver the commencement address. Colston graduated from Hofstra in 2006, earning his degree in interdisciplinary studies. During the commencement, he'll receive his honorary doctorate in humane letters. After the break, learn about a new opportunity in the Herbert School.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Hofstra teams are on a hot streak. Jenny Dove has the details.
It was a winning weekend for the Hofstra Pride. I'm Jenny Dove, and this is your sports update. Kyle Mosher placed 8th the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational, becoming the first Hofstra wrestler to place the tournament since 2014. The graduate student upset number 17 ranked Max Mayfield of Northwestern in the 165-pound consolation bracket to stay alive and move to day 2. Chase Liardi, Noah Tapia, and Jarius Clark and number 29 Ross McFarland each won one match during the tournament. Next up, the Pride competes against Columbia, Nassau Community College, and the Morgan State in a 3-dual meet day on December 21st. Women's basketball narrowly defeats Howard University 55-52. Freshman forward Lene Corbett led the Pride with 17 points, and Ramatule Kata led with 10 rebounds. Hofstra's total 50 rebounds was the most since 2022 versus the New Orleans Privateers. The win moves the Pride to a 3-5 record. The team is back in the MAC tonight at 6 p.m. to contest the St. John's Red Storm. Men's basketball ended Norfolk State's 18-home game win streak with an 80-67 win. Here's what Coach Speedy Claxton had to say about the following victory.
Yeah, great team effort. Always good to get a good roll kill. I thought our 3 guards played terrific. Gene, Cruz, and then KJ off the bench. I mean, KJ been a lifesaver all year. Those 3 guys specifically played extremely well. But overall, I thought we won this game on the defensive end. Like, we really guarded.
Guard Cruz Davis led the team with 20 points, which was the 7th time this season he's reached double figures. The 8-3 Pride returned to play home at the Temple on Owls on Sunday at noon. I'm Jenny Dev, and that's your Hofstra Sports Update. The Herbert School, Hofstra Athletics, and Hofstra IT worked together to build a state-of-the-art control room to broadcast Hofstra's Division I sports. Michael Dent sits down with Kevin Dexter to learn more.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Jenny. As mentioned, we are here today with the Assistant Director of Athletics for Broadcast Production, Kevin Dexter, to talk about this new space. Kevin, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Michael.
Starting off, I was wondering if you could expand a little bit about what kind of went into the process here. How do we get to this opportunity for students to come into a control room all new?
Yeah, it's been about a 2-year effort, spearheaded by the Dean Luke here in the Herbert School, and Rick Cole Jr., our Vice President and Director of Athletics, to come up with this partnership. Also IT Services, as was mentioned there, to come up with this partnership to have Herbert School students to have the opportunity to work on Division I Hofstra Athletics broadcast. It's been great so far. We're a couple months in now, got a few games in the fall season. We're full steam ahead here with basketball. It's been a lot of fun. We've got a lot of students involved, which is great.
And speaking on that partnership that you just mentioned, how has that been and what do you expect moving forward?
Yeah, it's been great so far. I mean, we're looking to, have a dual purpose here, right? Provide high quality broadcasts of Hofstra Athletics, really elevate the broadcast, space for Hofstra, and also give this incredible opportunity for Herbert School students to learn the world of real life live sports productions, and it's been really good so far.
Now, you look at Hofstra, it's about, give or take, 25 miles from Manhattan. It's the media capital of the world, and there's a lot of different schools in New York, and there's a lot of schools in Manhattan, right? Coming into college, a lot of prospective students are looking at so many different factors when they make their decisions. Does this move the needle at all for prospective students?
I hope so. I mean, I think if you're interested in sports broadcasting, either on the air, behind the scenes, this is an incredible opportunity. Again, this equipment that you get a chance to work with is state of the art. It's stuff that you're going to see at any major network that you will work at, post graduation. And then having the Hofstra network, there's several alumni that have been involved who have been incredible resources to help out, to help train students, to again give that real world experience and really give any student that wants to work on this, lots of games of practice to be able to get out and get a real world job in TV sports.
So then now, as an administrator yourself, I was wondering what it means to you.
It means a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things that attracted me to this job. I am a Hofstra alum myself. And to come back here and have this dual purpose, right, to work for the athletic department in elevating the broadcast and use my, broadcasting career and experience, to help make our broadcast better, and also to serve the Herbert School, somewhere I went to school. I had some of the best times of my life here, and help train the students, and help them hopefully future and enhance their careers. I think it's been a great opportunity. I'm excited to see where we continue to build this.
And what exactly have students been saying about this? I'd imagine there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah, a lot of excitement. We've had a lot of people, and I think the coolest thing is seeing somebody walk by the studio, that has not been involved before, peek their head in, say, what are you guys doing in here? Coming in, beginning to shadow, right? And then getting their hands on a piece of equipment, right? And really starting to learn on the fly. I think that's been a really cool experience. As we've gone on, we've done more games. Got another game tonight, women's basketball tonight. So if you're around the school, come stop by and see how we do everything.
And looking at those shadowing opportunities that you just mentioned, would this necessarily increase significantly the amount of shadowing opportunities, is what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we, the way we've tried to set this up, right, is by having again, Hofstra alums come back, including myself, that are here to help train students. And we're not just going to throw you in and say, hey, you've never produced before, you've never worked the replay machine before, so go ahead, go do it. We're going to show you how to do it, and we're going to let you, get better at it. We're going to show you the right way to do it instead of you developing wrong habits. I mean, that's kind of the goal. And, again, trying our best to give that student opportunity while also making, Hofstra Athletics, elevating Hofstra Athletics, and creating the best broadcast possible for our student athletes.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Well, once again, that was the Assistant Director of Athletics for Broadcast Production, Kevin Dexter, along with myself, talking about new facilities for Hofstra students. Alexa, back to you.
Thank you, Michael. Stay tuned to hear about the holiday festival happening right down the road from Hofstra.
There are more than a dozen significant tropical and winter storms that threaten the East Coast. So chances are there will be more hurricanes and blizzards near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back to Hofstra Today. Lauren Lee has your latest national news.
I'm Lauren Lee, and here's what's happening around the country. The suspect in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Luigi Mangione is facing charges of murder in New York. The 26-year-old Ivy League graduate was taken into custody after being caught at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Mangione is additionally facing 3 misdemeanor charges in Pennsylvania. In a recent development, Mangione ruled out bombing the company's office after fears of the possible number of innocent lives lost. President Joe Biden declared a full and unconditional pardon for his son, Hunter Biden. His decision leaves both Democrats and Republicans upset after explicitly and repeatedly claiming he wouldn't take that step. Hunter was convicted and found guilty in June for illegally buying and possessing guns as a drug user, facing up to 25 years in prison, and pled guilty to 9 tax offenses in September, also potentially facing up to 17 years. President Biden's decision to pardon his son presented as a, quote, delicate act for the president. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre admitted that Trump's victory in last month's election might have been a factor. Towns along the Great Lakes saw nearly 4 feet of snowfall with lake-effect snow burying parts of New York, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. As lake-effect snow bands wipe across western Michigan, conditions caused whiteouts on the interstate. Police promptly shut down I-94 after a 14-car and 3 semi-truck crash. Winter cold weather and even blizzard conditions are expected through the rest of the week. Oxford University Press announced this year's word of the year is brain rot, the internet's catch-all term for the supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state. The term actually preceded the internet in Henry David Thoreau's 1854 book Walden, but the term resurfaced this summer by Gen Alpha and Gen Z social media users. From 2023 to 2024, brain rot increased in usage frequency by 230%. More than 37,000 people voted on the word out of a short list of 6 words. The others were demure, dynamic pricing, lore, romanticy, and slop. With your national news, I'm Lauren Lee. Now a collaboration between East Meadow's own Lights Festival and the Long Island's Children's Museum.
I came for the lights. And then what has been your favorite sculpture so far? The castle.
The lights are bright at Eisenhower Park with the return of the Luminous City Lights Festival. It's in its 5th year on Long Island. The holiday event features immersive experiences, art displays, magical creatures, and more.
Our CEO, Shai Chen, was born and raised in China, and she was inspired by the traditional Chinese lantern festivals of her youth. So these are born of that experience. It's a modern-day interpretation of those festivals.
The Family Fun Festival has a new theme this year.
Our overall theme is Sweet Dreams, so that we try to kind of follow that thematic as a thread all the way through. So we've got a Candyland section, we've got a donut tunnel, we've got a whole bunch of displays that were inspired by children's art that we reinterpreted into light displays based on their art.
In collaboration with the not-for-profit organization Long Island Children's Museum, kids submit artwork for a competition.
Lumi's Utopia, which is the official name of the art contest that we do in collaboration with them each year. So children from different age groups submit artwork based on a pre-approved theme. Along with the Children's Museum, we will select the winners from each age group, and then we put that into our production line, turn those drawings into light displays, and invite the children and their families down to see the light displays, and just to see their eyes when they see their creation come to life is worth it all.
My favorite sculpture? Probably like the ones over there, where it's like people who turned in their artwork and had it like put in, and they made sculptures of it.
And my favorite thing so far is seeing the creations that people made turn into lights.
It really is magical. As soon as the sun goes down, these lights come up, and what we're hoping for is that we're recreating that sense of wonder that we all experience as children, and we can pretty much guarantee that if you come down here, that's what you're going to find.
The festival runs from 4:30 to 9:30 Monday through Thursday with extended hours on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can check out the beautiful lights all the way up until January 5th in East Meadow, and Bianchi reporting.
Thank you, Amber. Coming up, an interview about DanceWorks' annual concert and how to get involved.
Student-led group DanceWorks Productions' annual performance at the John Cranford Adams Playhouse was a huge success. We are joined by DanceWorks President Kemi Turia. Kemi, thanks so much for joining us today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Of course, well, I saw the show. The show was absolutely incredible.
Thank you so
I enjoyed
much.
every second of it. Can you just tell our viewers a little bit about the event?
Yeah, so this showcase is something we put on every semester. It is the main presentation we do. We have 12 dances. Everything is completely student choreographed and performed. We have our alumni choreographer come back. We have some of our guest artists come and perform, sing for everyone, and of course we talk about all of our philanthropy efforts we've done throughout the semester.
So this is a huge production. There's so many different facets that go into it. So can you just tell me a little bit of what the behind the scenes to get this event ready to go is like?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of spreadsheets on my part, but we had 108 dancers in the show, so just coordinating everyone, making rehearsal schedules, putting together our tech schedules, run schedules, and just making sure everyone felt supported in our DanceWorks community is of course the most important.
And now, DanceWorks is the largest performance club at Hofstra, and that consists of students of all different majors. So could you give us some background into why the club is so beneficial to students who are in DanceWorks that may not have been dance majors?
I think it's just that is the most important thing, is that regardless of whether you are a dance major or a minor or just nothing relating to dance in those fields, it's something that everyone can go. If you have a passion for dance, you can celebrate and be able to perform on a stage as amazing as the Playhouse stage.
So I'm sure some viewers probably saw some of those clips. Now they're interested in getting involved. Can you just tell them how they can get involved and some of the other different ways in which they can be a part of the organization?
Yeah, of course. There's lots of ways to get involved with DanceWorks through our philanthropy efforts and all of the events we put on, but the main way is to audition for our spring showcase. Auditions are going to be at the beginning of next semester, so make sure you follow us on Instagram at DanceWorksHU to get all of that information.
Well, Kemi, thank you so much for joining us today. Now we're going to move on over to Cameron Bowden, who has the weather forecast.
I'm Cameron Bowden, and this is your 5-day weather forecast. You can expect rain for the entire day with a high of 63 degrees and 20 to 35 mile per hour gusts of wind. Tonight, winds continue at 20 to 30 miles per hour and brings a low of 31 degrees. The New York tri-state area could see 3 to 4 inches of rain. Tomorrow's going to have a high of 39 degrees and a low of 21 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Now, let's see how the rest of the week will play out here in Hempstead. Friday will be sunny with a high of 38 degrees and a low of 23 degrees. Cloud coverage continues on Saturday. During the day, the high is 42 degrees and the temperature will drop to 33 degrees in the evening with a full moon. Sunday will have steady rain throughout the day with a high of 48 degrees and a low of 38 degrees for partly cloudy skies. And that's all for your 5-day weather forecast. For Hofstra Today, I'm Cameron Bowden.
After the break, hear about the latest in entertainment. We'll be right back.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
Welcome back to Hofstra Today. Olivia Remusat has your entertainment update.
I'm Olivia Remusat, and this is your entertainment news. Former film producer and convicted sex offender Harvey Weinstein was hospitalized after an alarming blood test. According to his attorney, he was sent to Bellevue Hospital as he needed medical assistance. Harvey is said to stay in the hospital until he becomes stable. However, the week before, his attorney filed a lawsuit of $5 million against New York City, claiming that Weinstein faced poor conditions at Rikers Island, which affected his health. His attorney states, quote, "His deprivation of care is only medical malpractice, but a violation of his constitutional rights. New York City's Department of Correction has not said anything as of this time. Weinstein's next court date will take place on January 29th. Media personality Nick Cannon has recently spoken about his struggle with narcissistic personality disorder. During an episode of his podcast, Cannon revealed that he was medically diagnosed with the condition and has accepted the label. The father of 12 said that he identified with many of the indicators of narcissism and knew he needed to get help. Now he has begun to work on himself and understand the disorder. Americans decided to head to the movies this year instead of lounging around on the couch after Thanksgiving. The premiere of Disney's Moana 2 and the draw of Wicked and Gladiator 2 provided a huge boost in ticket sales for a domestic box office trifecta. The three blockbusters led a 5-day opening weekend record to pass 2018's $350.6 million record, pulling in an estimated $420 million as of December 1st. Music fans eagerly awaited their Spotify Wrapped, a yearly recap of a listener's data compiling into a playlist. Artists like Chappell Roan, Shabuzi, and Sabrina Carpenter took over the top charts. However, some listeners felt underwhelmed by their Wrapped stats because Spotify didn't include their most listened to album and genres. Instead, the streaming service provided their, quote, music evolution with creatively titled microgenres. Many listeners suspected AI was the reason for a disappointing Wrapped. That's all for your entertainment report. Now, back to you, Jason and Alexa.
I gotta say, I look forward to my Spotify Wrapped all year, every year, and the Spotify Wrapped was a little short this year. I'll give them that. It was a little short, but I'll give you one guess to who my #1 artist was.
So, would her name happen to start with a Taylor and end with Swift?
And you know you're correct, because Taylor Swift is my #1 girl always, all the time. And who was yours?
Kendrick Lamar. I'm like that, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had, I think, some of the biggest artists in our Spotify Wrapped this year.
Yeah.
I had a couple different ones. Sabrina Carpenter was also in my Wrapped. I'm a big fan of hers.
For her.
Yeah, big year for her.
Big year.
I really feel like the Eras tour really kind of bumped her up. That tour was insane. The Sweet and Sour tour?
Short and sweet? Yeah.
Short and sweet tour?
Yeah.
Whatever. I didn't go. I wanted to. I didn't go. I bought Taylor Swift tickets instead.
Yeah.
I went twice.
Let me ask this. So when you're listening to music, is it at the gym? Is it while you're doing homework? Like, what's your main time that you're listening to music?
Do you know what's funny is I've recently been more into podcasts when I'm doing like homework and stuff like that, because I love listening to other people's thoughts. I can't really explain it very much. Music is typically, I guess, like homework study. Podcasts, though, mostly like shower, driving, all of that. So I've been really into that recently.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely a lot at the gym, and definitely with the rap. Like, I need something kind of faster.
With final season coming up, I'm gonna have music on all the time.
I mean, maybe they should do a rap for December, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. With that, though, that is all the time we have for this episode of Hofstra Today.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Hofstra Today for updates.
That's all for this semester. We will be back in the spring with new episodes.
Till next time, that's all at and around Hofstra Today.